Ridiculous.
Dear Esther, I've lost track of how long I've been here, and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
I'm gonna make a quick pass through the house just to, in case it triggers anything. I don't think it does, but I definitely didn't remember that. Or if it happened last time, I wasn't paying attention.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Okay, and whatever was blinking there before is not blinking there now, which is weird. Alrighty. So Donnelly's not the hermit. Okay. I was wrong. Alright, then we slide down. Head back this way, because I think there's a quote here. I could be wrong, though. I'm probably wrong. I am wrong. Thought I was set to busy, so I wouldn't have to see people's alerts. Thankfully, they're behind the watermark, so you don't have to deal with them. Doing stuff we just did because video games. Oh, people don't mind that I dropped down to 540 on resolution, by the way. Had some complaints earlier. Better be hard to watch. And I forgot that since since I'm not a partner, you only get source. Actually, holding shift does. Oh yeah, I see what you did there. I thought you meant even slower, and I'm like, I wouldn't put that past these guys, to be perfectly honest. This wouldn't be bad with the Oculus. You might be right, Sega. Oh, it'd have to be one with one of those treadmill setups, because I'd love to actually walk.
Farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
That's a different quote. I don't think we got that one last time. Gold mean. Okay. Looks like a dead crab. Apparently it's just scum. Jagging things down to medium doesn't seem to really hurt it that much either. I'm digging it. The water's a little more opaque, but other than that...
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This area will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Yeah, these are different quotes. That's kind of cool. That it changes each time. Why are you here? Whoa. Oh, sorry. Wonder if it has any achievements. I have my doubts, but... I do love the contextually appropriate wind effects as well. Very nice. Ah, excuse me. Looks like we're getting a little less sea spray, but such is the sacrifice made for hoping this game will actually work. Yeah, and I didn't get the quote about the journals this time. Or the diaries, I should say. Alright, so it looks like I can't climb that at all. Alright, we'll go around.
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
They let them make another game after Amnesia? Really? No, really, what's it about? I haven't really followed much of what's going to be on PS4 or not. Yeah, we don't have the two lines thing either.
When someone had died or was dying, or was
Oh, there we go.
they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice.
So that's the same.
Parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
So there's the stone circle. You mentioned it, so maybe we should go towards it.
I quote directly.
This is a new one too.
With little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex.
It's cold.
It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Can I get a better view of this ship from here? Kinda. Cool. My eyes are bugging me a bit. I don't know why.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage.
Alright, so the Paul's coming
Like
again now.
Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
But yeah,
My arms
well,
wide and the cliff
that's
opened
new.
up before me, making this rough home. I transferred my belongings from the bothy on the mount and tried to live here instead. It was cold at night, and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Signals like ley lines? Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 or whatever, Versus or Versus 15 or whatever the hell it is now. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. It was Versus 13. I'm sorry. That will be on Xbox, as will Kingdom Hearts. Alright, that's taking me out into the water. So the cave just does a loop. I guess we're going this way. 14 barely matters because 14's meh. I don't know. People, I have friends who like 14, but I didn't even like Final Fantasy 11. Was the other online one? I don't remember. So it's like, oh, whatever. I watched somebody play it for half an hour on PS2, and I was like, don't care. Almost got lured into it by the summons, but nope. But then again, like Final Fantasy 13, that was on 360 as well, so that exclusivity was already lost. I'm kind of surprised at Kingdom Hearts, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. What's up, Philly? Just play a little Dear Esther. It is slow.
I'm not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Candles? I don't even see candles. It's a little eerie. I don't know why this was on Halloween. So, oh, hey, that's... Oh, more science. Interesting. Oh, can I follow the waterfall to where its source? Maybe part of the way, anyway. That's as far as I can go. I get a better look higher up. There was backstory on the Tomberries? That is actually kind of interesting to me. I'm kind of curious, as I also enjoy Tonberry. Alright, we don't need to go down the crack. Cool. But yeah, you've never been more bored than when you're trapped in an elevator listening to 7 people talk about this MMO that you don't play and don't care about. And their factions and all this other BS. I've probably been guilty of that at some point, but I repent and I apologize. Fences! Alright, crevasse, crevasse, crevasse. Oh. Then things get dark. Are we on a different part of the island or what? Dots. We got dots, everybody. Dots and mouse.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Wait, what? Pull ashore? What is he looking for? This is my first playthrough, Seika, yes. So please, hush hush. We got a lot of detritus here. We got a lot of dead boats here. All ship. Ship's gonna get wrecked. Can I climb on these? So it's a container ship. Is that the same path I came down? I don't think it is. Or is it? I don't know. I did kind of take a wide turn there. Saw light out on the horizon there.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Well, obviously there's a hole in the bottom of the boat. See as how it's not going anywhere. Dingus. Don't you know how boats work? You dork.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic. Your outline and your speech both blurred.
Okay, that's a different path over
The
there.
stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna go take that high road real quick and see if there's anything to look at. And by real quick, I mean do ba-do 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 do ba-do do ba-do do ba-do do ba-do. Well, either Esther is dead or a vegetable, judging by the use of the term opaque. Unless she got hit by a car. Yeah, once it hurts to pee, there are problems. Oh, I like the boat from this angle. It looks really cool. It's majestic. It's like, that's desktop worthy right there. Just dag, yo. Daggio.
It's only at night that this place makes any sluggish effort at life. You can see the boy and the aerial. I've been taking
It's
to
a boy.
sleeping through the day in an attempt to resurrect myself. I can feel the last days drawing upon me.
Okay.
There's little point now in continuation. There
Nice
must be
angle on
something
that.
new to find here. Some nook or some cranny that offers a
see
perspective
both at
worth
once?
clinging to. I've burnt my bridges. I've sunk my boats and watched them go to water.
Okay, they're on different timings. I don't know why that mattered to me, but it mattered to me. Oh. Well, he said something about her getting hit by a car was the thing, so... Or by a drunk's car, so obviously she got hit by a car. Granted, if he was the drunk, well, that's its own problem. Alright, back across that other path. That was fun. Dear body, why do I have to poop now? That is inconvenient. Real talk here on Keep It Creepy. Oh, we're up to 18 people. I hope you're all enjoying the walk and talk to yourself simulator. Let's solve a mystery, guys. We're like the Scooby Gang, but there's more of us. What is it, Ghost Tech? Name that game you got for me. Okay, so it looks like there's two branching paths here, too. There's just a big-ass hole? Looks like a big-ass hole. Ooh, a sugar shack. Two sugar shacks. Let's go look at the big-ass hole. If we can get around the fence. Yeah, it's probably never gonna happen, Ghost Tech. I don't have Sniper Elite. I have no real desire to play as Nazi Zombie Army.
The stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
It's like a giant outdoor Stanley Parable, except that Stanley Parable actually has things to interact with. I don't want to jump down there. Yet. Oh, it's standalone? So that means it costs more. I still don't want it. Maybe one day. Like, if it ends up in a bundle or super cheap, I'll play it, but... Yeah, I don't have $15. No, he said he had surgery. I don't think the quotes are in order. Deroshi.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Is that a bedpan? There's definitely surgical tools in here. This is a little weird. I'm guessing he wants me to go to the house, but I kind of want to go out on this point and take a look out. Look at that. This is magnificent. Magnificent. Beautiful. Rocks and junk. Alright, enough of that. Find that gap in the fence and head back in. Boop. Also, I don't know what a bothy is. Is it like a boshi? Because then I really don't want to be that guy.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 70s.
It's the house, I'm guessing.
By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Oh, we checked that already. Duh. Sucks to be that guy. I didn't realize I'd walked that far away. No, it's Jakobsen if you pronounce it with a Scandinavian accent. So the game is correct.
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Hebridean, that's a vocab word there. Alright, so this house sucks too. Awesome. These cliffs are pretty cool though. Oh wait, more science. Or something. Is that like a Capricorn? Whatever the hell they're called. Oh no, that's the Hydra again. The microorganism. I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of confused. It looks really nice though. And again, I still really like Proteus. So I don't know Ghost Tech. Seika might. He's played it. Seika, is there any saving babies from fires? I'm gonna say I have my doubts. Also, this looks really precarious.
Was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing.
There's another cave.
Included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver.
That's not good.
His organs like eggs on a plate.
Ew.
But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stone. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Okay.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. His fingernails were raw and bitten to the quick. They found the phosphorescent moss that grows in the caves deep under the nails. Whatever he'd been doing under the island when his strength began to fail is lost. He'd struggled halfway up the cliff again, perhaps in a delirium, perhaps trying to reach the Bothy's fire before curling into a stone and expiring.
It seems like I'm reading from several different sources. Like different stacks of letters. He did mention diaries in the first playthrough that blew up in my face. I imagine they're not all from the same person. Yeah, I'm not jumping in that hole. Not yet, anyway. If there's nowhere else to go, eventually we'll jump in the hole. But that just seems like a terrible idea. Boats died here. What's that? Just a box. Well, yeah, that much I gathered, but I don't think it's just those three either.
Caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves.
Ew.
Tides against my shoreline, drowning
Also
out
weird
the
music.
stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Yeah, that also Jakobsen and Donnelly, very different names. Donnelly was hanging out with the guy and Esther, but Jakobsen's a completely different dude, so I'm wondering where he enters into the picture. Pro tip, try not to fall down here. The end. That could actually be an interesting game, Ghost Tech. It would probably give some people like vertigo, but you know, just put a warning at the front, like, hey, this could mess with your inner ear and stuff. All right, I guess we're gonna have to go investigate Creepy Noise Cave. Anything else around the mouth before we go in? No, it seems to terminate. Yeah. Looks cool though. Welcome to Creepy Noise Cave. There's glowy shit. Doo doop doop ba doop doo doop doo doop. There's a lot of glowy shit. Okay, he was talking about candles earlier. I wonder if this is the candles he was talking about. That's a lot of cave. Are we under the hole from earlier, or is this a different hole? Well, I really can't go anywhere but in this hole, so... Whee! I would probably play that game upside down. Oh, I probably could play it right side up. I got pretty used to dealing with reverse controls when I got confused in Phantasy Star Online.
Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks?
Okay.
Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
Probably because he fell down a giant-ass hole in a mysterious cave full of weird crap. Looks like a handprint. Oh! Oh shit. That's awesome. Okay, there's just little bits. I thought it was like where he tried to climb back up or something. It's cool looking, but it's not what I thought it was. Yeah, inverted and reversed are different. Inverted is just up and down, left and right. Shifting is a little different. If you alter the left and right, you'd be in trouble. So this is pretty cool. Waiting for weird alien eggs to start, like, try to eat me. Ooh, fungus. Going from mold to fungus. I never got the inverted aim thing. I don't know. I can play it for flight sims and stuff, but not for, Why is this one red?
Back as far as the Sandford Junction and come up the hard shoulder like radio signals from another star. It took 21 minutes for them to arrive. I watched Paul time it to the second on his watch.
Okay, that was probably the call to the ambulance after the drunk driver hit his wife. Circuit boards? Why are we in Science Cave? I don't get it. Why is there a goatsy in here? Science goatsy. Seriously, what the hell is that doing here? Apparently these are all schematics for the internet. Because you can't have the internet without goatsy. There's some more goatsy. Pointing directly at it. What the hell? That's where I came in. Okay, we're going up the upper path now. Oh. We're trying to go up the upper path, but then I'm reading chat. Well, shit. Can I walk along this edge? Apparently not. YOLO! Okay, that's awesome. I feel like I should go up for air. Is there anything else down here? Okay, it's actually pretty shallow. And there's only one way out. I'm actually moving faster on the slippery rocks than I was outside, it feels like. That seems a little backwards. Yeah, I don't even have the graphics completely jacked out either. I dropped things back to medium, but it looks good. Well, that goes out somewhere. That might go out to the waterfall I saw earlier, actually. The one on the side of the hill where I wanted to go climb up and see its source. And then never got around to it. Okay, now we're on the other side. You can do it. You can do it. Stay on the edge. Progress. Is that... Why is that red? Is that just reflections? That's just reflections. Yep, this is definitely the best cave in video games. 2011 or 12, whenever the hell this came out. Mushrooms. Bitches. So when do I, like, find iron ore? Where are the diamonds? I gotta go rebuild that house outside. I got hit by a creeper. Oh, there's really no trees here to punch for wood.
I sat at peace with Jakobsen and watched the moon over the Sandford Junction. Goats grazed on the hard shoulder. The world gone to weed and redemption. He showed me his fever scars.
Weed, blaze it!
Between each shoulder, the nascency of flight.
I want to see the water's coming from first. Well, I at least should have seen emeralds by now. I'm pretty sure we're in an extreme hills biome. Oh, is that more art? No drugs? Or crutch and drugs? Or no rolling pins? Alright. Well, we can't follow that any further. Can I come out of the water at all? Yeah, here we go. Crystals. Kind of found diamonds. Suck it. I wish I knew what these schematics were for. It could just be hills. And now I'm slow again, even though things aren't wet anymore. I don't get it. I don't get it. Same symbol as before. He keeps talking about the ascent, so I'm imagining they want me to go up, but I don't want to go up yet. I don't have feet, so maybe I am a merman. That is entirely possible. Should probably stay on the path. What's that? I missed a little bit of science. Circle K Ranch. We're gonna go there. I don't think I can cross over on this side. Yeah, it looks too high to scale. Can I keep following the river? Kinda. What's that? More schematics. I don't get you, Science Cave. You're weird. Okay, that's just more crystals and fungus. Oh, that sucks. Engineering cave, whatever. Whatever. I never said it was a research cave. But there's all the chemistry stuff too. How was that engineering? Mexican's another caster. He was on a Streamtoid, I think. He may still be, I don't know. But he's an alright dude. I ran into him once or twice. I still have to play the first XCOM, never mind Enemy Within. When I do it, it'll be an Iron Man run, balls deep, chatters involved. Try not to die, muckas. Oh, that's a different take on the tree. It's like... Or no, I did see that one earlier. Didn't know what to make of the leaf. It's a switch? Oh wait, no, yeah, I have seen that. I think that is a variable resistor. Okay, we can go right or we can go left. Right seems to take us back towards
When
water.
I was coming round from the operation, I remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. People moved at the summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
Whoa. Interesting. There seems to be something down at the bottom there, too. Let's go investigate the light. Okay, I can't go any further up there. Kind of figured. Let's go see if there's anything deeper. Okay, I was wrong. I was gonna ask why this pool is so deep, but then I saw the big hole in the ceiling. I was like, oh, that's probably why. More water fell here than in other places. Interesting. Big old wet hole. Just gotta shove my face in there. Take a look around. Wait, what? Behold, Damascus is fallen. Like Saul of Damascus? He did mention a Paul at one point. Okay, this is getting into some weird shit. More about Damascus. Away from being a city. And it shall be a ruinous head? I can't really read that one. Yeah, let's not get me started on gamer entitlement. I could probably go on for hours. These are the same sort of people who cried about Saints Row 4 being Saints Row the 3rd. Or a Saints Row the 3rd expansion. And it was originally, but then they added more. Deal with it. Which reminds me, I need to pick up Enter the Dominatrix at some point. Air, please. Ooh, waterfalls. Waterfalls are cool. Acts 22:10? Alright, I don't know my Bible, so I can't really help you there. Whee! Wait, what is this? Why are we in an underwater city? This is really weird. Hospital bed? This is really weird. Portishead. That band is awesome. What the hell happened here? Oh, okay, that was like a vision. That wasn't real. I'm guessing. I was trying to swim up, it wouldn't let me go very high, and I'm pretty sure I'm not very drowned. I think we're good. Yeah, go ahead, Joseph, if you want to throw that in chat. Although, does that really play into Damascus? I'm trying to remember, was Acts Old Testament or New Testament? I don't even remember. Okay, New Testament. Thank you for posting the link instead of just pasting it. One verse would probably be pretty short too. Get up and go into Damascus. There you will be told all that you've been assigned to do. Alright, so it does have to do with Damascus. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. More candles. We like the moon!
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Okay. This didn't get any less weird. Yeah. Is it the capital of Syria? I think it is. Okay. Can't go there. But it looks like we can get out somewhere. Maybe. Alright, cool. There's the beacon. The radio tower or whatever. There's a light over here too. That could be a thing. Okay. Yeah, I've never even heard of Aleppo, but I'm pretty sure Damascus. I was pretty sure Damascus was the capital. It's good to be right about everything all the time. Somebody had a great day at the Yankee Candle Company. Apparently. Must have had a sale. Yeah, Kitty is doing kitty things.
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Wait, so it was his car? Oh shit. Well, that got shitty. Can I get up there to the red caves or no? No. Well, while we're wandering, I'd like to thank everybody who came in tonight. We'll be going for a little while longer, obviously, because we're not done yet. But, if you're new, please follow the channel. I play all sorts of things throughout the week. Tomorrow, probably going to be highlighting World of Warplanes because they just went full release and I need to get to work on getting some planes. I'm not running... They're having a contest, actually, from launch day to see... the first person who gets to a tier 10 plane gets all, like, 10 years worth of premium time or something, or 1 year or something. It's a lot of premium time is what it is, which means extra experience and stuff. But what if these are the chemical formulas for alcohol, since he's freaking out about being drunk and everything? What's this? Is that her? Look, a little girl or something. I can't really tell if it's a woman or a little girl, but there's definitely a skirt. But yeah, I'm not going to be going for the contest. I don't have that much time to dedicate. But we will be checking out the game, checking out the planes that carried over for me from the beta. Leon, do you really need to destroy that entire bathroom? Thanks. Stop. I think Womp Comic just did a strip based on this same phenomenon. Cat goes to the litter box. Cat covers up what? Are those the remains of a car? And other than that, Rise and Grind will still be a thing. I'll probably get some tanks out of the way in the morning. And probably some more Trek. I'm still working on my Klingon dude.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac. The leak of air could brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
Okay, so is that the other driver? Oh, there's more stuff. A light from heaven shone... Oh. We missed... Shone around? Around... him. Alright. A light from heaven shone around him. Sega, don't have to... dude, they'll make me time you out for backseat gaming, seriously. Let me notice things. What's up, Draconian? The grind, it's probably going to be a little rough at first. It's kind of like with tanks. Your first 4 tiers aren't too bad. There's also fewer planes available, so you're playing specific ones over and over. Like, I usually like to diversify. But,
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats.
oh, that's cool.
I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
You only played 1 game, Ghost Tech? Yeah, you're not going to get anything. I think you might get like a beta tester badge or something, but there were two conflicting reports as to how the bonus planes were getting handed out. Okay, this is just a candle. The video shouldn't be lagging. It might be chugging very slightly. I know I did change resolutions. That's different, but I'm looking at the stream video preview and the XSplit window, and they are matching up pretty well. So that's on you, bro. What do we have? Oh, this is the Armada he was talking about. Oh, they even went to the trouble of actually like putting all the words on them. That's cool. Wow, that stretches. That's a lot of letters. Some of this is hitting a little close to home, actually. Yeah, I think you might still get an insignia, but I'm not entirely sure. There was one where it's one report said you would get stuff for getting 100 battles minimum in the closed and 100 battles in the open. Oh, what's this? Or a sudden light from heaven. Of a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. And we had eggs, and they were delicious. Okay. Oh, don't tell me Esther was pregnant. I can't see anywhere else to go. It's not bad. I'm digging it. But then there was another report where everybody got the insignia, and you had to get 700 battles to get a certain number of planes. There was like 100 and 700 another something. I don't know. Last stream I watched, they said it was they said it was the 700 battle thing for I think 2 or 3 planes. I forget. I guess we'll take a swim and follow the fleet out. What's up, Kamazoots? I can't get to the surface.
Come back.
Oh. Okay. Did I go out of bounds? I did. Alright. Maybe there's another path over here. Oh wait, steps. Pardon me. There we go. Oh. Yeah, all these were connected to the other path, so let us continue. Bink. Binky dink. So the buoy must be on the other side of the island. I have not seen any shadowy figures, but I haven't really been looking for them, so... I would say... Oh,
teeth
sorry.
running over the edge of the rocks. A moon that casts a signal as I lay pinned beside you. The ticking of the cooling engine. And the calling from a great height. All my mind as a bypass.
It's interesting that the voice goes from like frantic to calm depending on who he's talking about and when. Alright, back on the path. Is there anything here? Is it just a candle? Just a candle. Yeah, I would say, like, my honest opinion, I'd go with World of Tanks just because it's more established. And there's a lot more vehicles to choose from. But World of Warplanes is good if you like flight sims. responds well in all its control setups. I've never used the straight keyboard. I use the keyboard
I've
mouse
begun
one, and
my
it's
voyage
decent.
in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Alright, so he went crazy. And as he was proceeding on his journey. Okay, I can't climb that to see more. I want to know who wrote all this. Was it Jakobson or what? And was come near to Damascus. Yeah, because cavemen wrote the Bible, obviously. Yeah, another thing, if you get World of Warplanes and World of Tanks... Sorry. I want to listen to this.
He was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Okay, so Donnelly was the guy with syphilis that was opened up at the lab. Alright, and neither did he eat nor drink. Okay. And he was 3 days without sight. Okay, this is about Saul of Damascus. Because really, who cares about anybody else in Damascus but Saul? Who then became Paul.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
Okay, yeah, he definitely went a little loco. Sounds like something's burning. But it's a little more burn than a candle would produce. Alright, is that engineer? Well, okay, wait, Goatsy. There's like a cobble. That's Hebrew. And there's that symbol from the walls before. Alright, this guy went pretty nutty. That looks awesome, though. That's a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm keeping that. What is that? It doesn't look entirely natural. Huh. Yeah, some takes time. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, if you get World of Tanks and World of Warplanes, the premium accounts cross over between them. So if you spend a little time, basically, premium with World of Tanks is you spend a little bit of money, and you get a little bit of extra. I think it's like 50% extra experience and credits for every battle, for whatever tanks on top of whatever else you earn. So that crosses over, so you would get the bonuses in both games. But anyway, and it came to pass that as I made my journey. Oh, Candle says, "Watch out, the fence is done." Made my journey, and I can't read that. So I'm blah. Something noon. I can't read any of this crap. Suddenly there. From heaven a light round. We should have light around about. Okay, so we're back to the light shining around about. From what I can tell, it's a game where you walk around and talk to yourself, and it's kind of could not see.
I have dredged
For the
these
glory.
waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
Okay. Something of them. Yeah, it basically it presents you with chunks of a story, and you're trying to piece it together while you're looking at cool stuff. The end. Something are with me. Came into, and I'm catching on the scenery apparently. Damascus. Okay, so it looks like we're coming to Damascus. Oh, we found the radio tower. That's nice. Oh, the goatsee's a solenoid.
I
Okay.
am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
Okay, so he's gonna... Are you trying to kill
Yes,
yourself?
I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him.
Yeah, I think I know where this is going.
There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an Ariel, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Well, YOLO! Oh, this is gonna leave a mark. What is that a picture of? That's the diagram. Holy shit. Oh, I see. And then you turn into a gull. Okay. Or maybe you were dead all along. Maybe you're a spooky ghost. Well, that was cool. Alright, so the impression I'm getting is there was a love triangle here. This guy, whoever the narrator was all about Donnelly's wife. Donnelly got syphilis and died. Jakobsen was either the drunk driver, or you were the drunk driver, or you were Paul Jakobsen. I don't know. It's weird. And even though you're watching the ending right now, it's still worth playing to try and figure it out for yourself. I actually kind of want to replay this to give it another shot. Yeah, feel free to share what you guys think about it. Let's have a walk and talk here. He definitely became unhinged towards the end there. Absolutely. We'll have a discussion. Okay. Are there credits? Well, the thing is, the guy in it with syphilis, he mentions Donnelly had syphilis at one point. And then he names Esther Donnelly at the end. So the guy with syphilis, I'm thinking is her husband. But he had a torch for her. Oh, okay, cool. So I can start at each different chapter. Are there credits? I want credits. There are no credits. Well, we'll look at the delightful title screen here. Oh, there, credits. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's get the mouse out of there. It looks stupid. Yeah, it was cool. I might give it another run sometime. Not really creepy. Yeah, it's pretty much just a pretty walkthrough. I forgot they got indie funding for it. Back to the bit before the things. Alright. Yeah, I forgot this was originally a mod, too. The mod is still free, it's just not as pretty, basically, and I think there's less story. Always Bink Video. Not familiar with Miles sound system, though. Alright, so start. That would be in the beacon. Well, obviously. It's pretty clear that you're not the only one to come through this island between the story of the hermit and everything else. Next you'll tell me that the game's going to tell me the sky is blue and the moon is full.
Over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these.
What is that a can of? Just paint?
The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Oh, luminous. It's luminous paint. Okay, so that's not even the luminescent mold. Those are actually painted on there with paint. Okay. So where's this shadowy figure? We got a lot of hills here. The boats are over there. I'm not seeing anybody. Proteus is awesome. I love Proteus. Is that him? That is him. That is definitely a dude.
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse.
Or is that just a post?
And all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
That could be a dude. Oh yeah, Proteus is definitely better firsthand because it changes every time. Alright, so we saw the